are, guys, with another action figure overview. This time it is from Harvinger Studios. That's right, guys, the Savage Crucible team. Rob, I cannot thank you enough for thinking of us and sending us this figure. And again, in your letter, you say there's no obligation to review it or anything like that, but we have to. We have to let people know how good this figure is, just like all of these Savage Crucible action figures that we get. So I am going to read a little bit of the letter that they gave us on behalf of everyone at Harvinger Studios. Wanted to send a heartfelt thank you for your passion for the hobby. As always, you are under no obligation to review this figure. But like I said, we're going to do it. And the reason why we're going to do it is because this right here is going to be at the next two conventions, Toylanta and Ishcon. So we just got this yesterday. I have to get this out. So hopefully you guys are seeing this as early as Friday. So if you're considering going to Toylanta and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go to Toylanta and I'm also going to go to Savage Crucible table to see if I could get the Shield of ZAERA. Guys, I hope I'm saying it right. Let me know in the comments if I'm saying it, you know, the wrong way, but it says it right there. Shield of ZAERA. I think the D is silent. I don't know. Don't forget, pre-order March 21st, which is already passed, but the Frazetta Death Dealer, which I'm pretty sure they're going to have it there at Toylanta, and that's probably one of the pickups that I will be picking up at the Savage Crucible team. And again, it says, thanks again for helping us carry the banner of the Crucible forward. And yes, it is a banner. It is a huge banner of great artwork, artistry, the paint apps, the articulation, the creativity when it comes to these awesome action figures. It's truly second to none. Before we get to the rest of it, guys, I just want to reiterate one more time. This is going to be available at Toylanta and Ishcon, but our retailers will have a very limited supply of this figure starting April 1st. So that is a good thing. So, and if you're asking who are some of the retailers, well, let me go ahead and show you some of these retailers right here. If you guys want to go ahead and pause. Eternia Dreams, Nerdzoic, Needless, we know those guys, great dudes, BBTS. And then for you guys overseas, Japan, Canada, and Germany. Let's go ahead and look at the box. Wonderful artwork, standard. And I think this one right here, because it has a little bit more of a different color scheme to the front of the box. Shield de ZAERA right there if you guys want to pause and read. Savage Crucible on the side, and underneath Harvinger Studios. And here we go, guys. Check this out. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it. Here we are on the handheld, so you can see a little bit of shuffle. I was a little rough with the boxes there, but we will soon take out the 3 different head sculpts. Wow, look at that artwork. For you inbox collectors, there is nothing wrong with keeping this inbox. And on the inside, guys, if you want to read, the Olamurian had fallen, and it goes right into some of the lore. So that's the outer box, and as soon as you open, let's go ahead and bust this out, and let's go ahead and fix those head sculpts that have kind of tilted there. Just like all the Savage Crucible action figures, when you get them, they have a card in this foil wrap right here. So we're going to open that up here in a second. And you can see when you open up the inside, you can get the actual map of Lumeria. So it's very cool. Nice little added touch. As soon as we took ZAERA out of the box, you got the soft goods cape right here. Or throw. Is this a cape or a throw? You guys correct me. Got some wire right up at the front. Here we have the figure with the extra head sculpts, the weapon, hand sculpts, and yes, oh, they did it again. Them sneaky devils. This right here, guys, just like some of the other figures we received from Savage Crucible, is a secret weapon, which we will get to at the very end. Before we bust out the figure, let's go ahead and start looking at these head sculpts, guys. Look at that. I like this head sculpt. I got the head pack, accessory pack, last time we saw them, and added it to some of my other lizard men, which I'll show you here when we compare. But articulated jaw, and hopefully we can get this thing to focus. Look at the eyes. And when I saw this, looking at the white, it's very pearlescent, if that's a word. If you guys know, if you're looking at pearls, you know, the shiny white with kind of a pink hue, pink, purple, and turquoise hues to it. It really, really is something I've never seen before in an action. And that's the reason why I got my black background here, so you guys can see it against the black background. It looks really good. See if we can get our camera to focus a little bit more. Look at that. The red eyes. And then inside the mouth, the teeth. Hopefully that's coming in for you guys. The sculpt is, I mean, they do it right over at Savage Crucible. I really like this head sculpt a lot. Let's see what the other one looks like. Now, I think this is new. This is more of that relaxed look to the hood of this head. And this actually I might do because it's very unique. I don't have a head sculpt in my collection that looks like this. Wow. Same thing, articulated jaw. Looks really awesome. Let's see if it'll focus better this way. There you go. So going back to the colors, a nice, it's like a mustard yellow, but it just blends really well with that pearl white. And I'm guessing depends on the different lighting when it bounces off the scales of the figure is what you guys are going to see. Since we're on accessories, let's go ahead and look at these like grasping hands, the left and the right. Kind of like that faded yellow on top of it. Hopefully the nails are coming out for you guys. They look, the detail looks really good. Detail on Harvinger Studios, the Savage Crucible. Everything they do looks amazing. Like many of the other figures, we get their little potion. A little dark this time, huh? And then we got our sword. The detail of the sword, really good. A lot of weathering down there, almost like, oh, there's even like patina type of coloring to it, like it's almost been rusted. And even, I don't know if you guys can see right here, and then along the blade, it's been pitted and marked and cut up. Seen some battle, like many of the swords and weapons from the Savage Crucible team. They really know how to make these look battle tested and battle worn. Let's go ahead and look at ZAERA right out of the box. Look at that. The yellows. The looks silver, but it almost looks like it has a hue of like lavender. And you can kind of see right here at the head what I'm talking about. Hopefully it's coming in, guys. Now, what you're seeing on film, what you're seeing on pictures, it, again, doesn't do it justice until you actually pick up the figure and see it. Chest plate, chest armor, going back to some more patina. I think here you can see it. Let's get a little bit more of the side light in. See that nice patina, almost that rusted look to it. Same thing on the back. I mean, it's got straps there at the buckles. Pretty sure you could take these off. We'll test it here in a second. All right, now we're going to the belt. You can see some more of that antiquing, some more of that patina look to it, a little bit of rust. Good detail on the belt, all the way through the fittings, the chain, and then of course the sheath. Down here at the quadriceps, some more of that yellow, canary yellow, I guess we're going to say canary yellow, not mustard yellow, canary yellow, pearl white, little pink, lavender accents. Looks really awesome. There we go. There is the ZAERA. Then let's look at some articulation. Before we get to the articulation, I just want to concentrate a little bit more on this color right here on the back, because it's more pearl white here. And then of course, as you go to the back, you can really see those colors pop. And right here on the shoulder, right there on the elbow, to the forearms. And we already talked about down here on the legs. And the tail, don't forget the tail. Lizards have tail. So there we go, which is articulated. Let's get to articulation, guys. All right, going from head to toe. There's the head, articulated jaw. Jaw opens up, and with this, you can see a little bit more of the teeth compared to here. So, different head sculpts right there. You got more of a teeth and more of a snarl right here. Swivels all the way around, rotates all the way around. It could go down that far, and it could go that far up. Right here at the arms, rotate the arms, 360 at the shoulders, both shoulders. And then I did not heat this up. A lot of my reviews and overviews, I try not to heat it up just to see how it is as is coming out of the box. So we will be very careful with it. Coming to the shoulder articulation, a little bit more than 90. Very good. Upper bicep right around the shoulder, rotation there. And then their unique cut right here also has a swivel at the lower part of the bicep, right here before the elbow and the forearm. So you could actually swivel there, swivel here, and then swivel at the wrist. So you got rotation here, 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 and there. Again, with Savage Crucible, the price point and the articulation, you get the accessories. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. So one more time, swivel right here at the bicep, right here at the joint, the elbow joint. So you get articulation there. And then you can rotate here. And then you got some wrist. This one right here is used for the sword, so it could go down and go up. His right arm, swivel at the bicep, swivel right here, right at the top of the forearm. I don't think I showed you guys how high up they could go. A little bit more than 90. And then with the wrist, these are going to go vertical up and down as well. I'm going to go ahead and take the armor off so we can see a little bit more of the articulation in the abs. Okay, we'll undo right here, nice and carefully. Take your armor off, dude. Relax. Before we get back to the articulation, let's look at this armor. Kind of that soft plastic, soft rubber material. Look, it's even got color on the inside. Look at that, guys. The detail throughout the armor, the little rivets, the feathering down here. Little rust look to it. Very awesome. Arms out, look at the chest. That bright pearly white all the way to the back. So you got an upper torso on the ball, swivel, rock, and then you got articulation at the waist as well. So here you go, guys. This is what I'm talking about. When you can bend your lizard men that far back, that's crazy. And then when it talks about up, you got it right there at the waist, right here at the upper diaphragm, just like that. Very awesome. I've said this many times, and if you don't know, the texture on the lizard men, I mean, you could see the scaling and the bumps, and you can just run your hand across it and you can just feel the detail in all the figures. All right, let's get to the waist. Let's bring his belt up a little bit, and you can see that he is wearing his cloth down there. So he's got that. He can do the Van Damme. He can do the splits almost at 180 forward. Look at that, guys. That's forward, and the double articulation right at the kneecap, so you could get it right at the bottom of the hamstring, and then you also could get the articulation right at the top of the calf. Okay, this one's a little bit stuck, and I don't want to break it, so I'm going to heat that one up a little bit, but I just tried the one on the left, and I'll show you it works. Finishing off the right leg, his ankle, he can toe down, and he can toe up, rotate. He's got rocker right there at the foot. Now, difference between this one and a lot of the other ones, no toe articulation for them. They tried it out with some of the earlier figures and wasn't working out like they planned, so they went back to no toe articulation, which is completely fine because of all the other articulation. I didn't show you guys, but it also has a rotation right there at the top of the thigh. All right, so we got the left leg, same thing. Can go that far up. We didn't go back on the last one. You go back here, but remember, we could pivot here and here for almost kicking your butt. Very awesome. And let's go with the tail. Tail's articulated. Could go up that far out, and you got articulation at this point, that point, and of course down there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and they do swivel. So you can swivel at each of those joints for complete tail articulation. I did forget to talk about a little bit more of the shoulder and the butterfly, so you can actually bring the arm more in and come more across, so you can get that cross motion with both arms and helps hold the sword with both hands. Very cool. Not too many action figures these days can do that, but this guy can. And just to prove it to you guys, it took me just a few seconds to go ahead and get him into this pose where he is holding the two-handed with the sword, and you can see the butterfly working really well right here, along with the shoulder and some of the articulation in the elbow, the lower bicep, upper bicep, and then of course the wrist. So yeah, just like that, it took me a few seconds to get this guy in a leaping motion, getting ready to go slice some bread. There you go, guys. Let's go ahead and start throwing some different heads on ZAERA right here. Here we have the hooded version of ZAERA, and different hand sculpt right there. Looks really good. Let's go ahead and throw his armor on and maybe the cape. And here we have him with the relaxed hood and the cape. Now, when you put on the relaxed hood, there's obviously more material here, so he cannot look down as much. But if you needed to get a shot with him looking down as much, little upper torso, bring it down a little bit. And then, of course, we got wired right here on the soft goods. There you go. You got ZAERA out here, getting ready to give you guys a little sip of that potion. Potion number 9. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep ZAERA like this as far as with that head sculpt. I really like that head sculpt. The teeth, very ferocious. Gonna leave the soft goods on. Got his potion right there. Looks really awesome. Let me go ahead and stand him up nice and tall and compare him to other Savage Crucible lizard men. Before we do our comparisons, let's go ahead and do a quick look and see how tall ZAERA is. I think it looks like at about a 7 inches and a quarter. That's very healthy right there. That's very healthy, young warrior. All right, we're gonna go ahead and place him next to some sentries and guards. You can see the height difference there. Let's pull in our first Savage Crucible figure, which was Como of the Isles, right over here. And Viteris. This guy's medieval. I like his pose the way I got him. Let's see if we can get him back here. And that's the most recent one that we got just before ZAERA. Let's go ahead and bring in those guards again. Show you my Savage Crucible team of vicious lizard men. I love it. Probably gonna get some more when we see them at Toylanta. All right, let's do some comparisons. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it because Sir Ukzek is just next to me, and this is from our buddies over at Four Horsemen right there, and you guys can see the significant difference, but not too far off, you know, from hitting Four Horsemen figure in the noggin. Quick comparison between the new McFarlane Superman and NECA's Vincent Price. Jada Street Fighter Guile and Mando. We have NECA Burton Ernie looking at ZAERA, asking him how to get to Sesame Street. And our last comparison is with NECA Tatsu and the relaxed hooded version of ZAERA right there. I guess they're buddies. Just has that kind of bosom buddy appeal right there. I didn't forget. Let's go ahead and see what our weapon was. And the secret weapon of the day is, wow, look at that. It's an awesome looking sword right there. You can see the detail. Look at that. And then of course, that nice effect on the blade. Very cool. And for our card, that looks really cool. And Journeyman's Sextant. Wondrous item requires attunement. Very rare. Not very rare, but rare. I like how they give these cards. So I got, what, 5 now? Leave it in the comments, guys. Are you looking at picking up ZAERA at Toylanta or Ishcon? Or maybe one of your favorite retailers that carry Savage Crucible? I'm going to go ahead and say all of their figures never disappoint. So whether you go with ZAERA or Como of the Isles or some of the Century figures or some of their slates, you know, their build-up packs, it's definitely worth looking into and definitely worth purchasing and adding it to your collection, no matter what line you collect. I wanted to make sure I put this out before Toylanta. If you guys are coming, definitely stop by the Savage Crucible team and see if you guys can pick you up one. Thanks again, Rob and the team over at Savage Crucible, Harvinger Studios. You guys continue to impress all of us and grace us with some beautiful action figures, some artwork, some pieces that go to, I'm going to say, almost every collection out there. Guys, leave it in the comments. You guys picking up any more Savage Crucible for your collection? Have you thought about it? Are you thinking about it when you get to Toylanta? Thank you for joining us here. Always enjoy the ride. We'll see you guys in Toylanta.